Hi everyone, welcome to my channel again. It's Dimitrios here again. Today we'll be discussing something new that I've just finished. It's taken me around 7 months to complete, and I'm quite proud of it. It is with regards to the obi.academy and the new course that we are adding into the portfolio. This is now going to be the 4th course, and it's going to be available to everyone. So let me break down what we're going to be getting. So for the last sort of 7 months, I've been working on a course that will complement the rest of the courses that I have put together for everyone on the obi.academy website. And it's been a labor of love as per usual, and I'm quite proud of it. So let me give you the brief. So for about 2.5 years now, I've been developing my own courses, apart from the fact that, for 36 years I've been in information security, and for the last 22 years I have spent most of my time doing cybersecurity specifically, and the last 10 years I've concentrated on building my own training courses, because I've been developing courses and manuals and books for many other organizations all my life, and the last 10 years I decided to start doing things for myself. But since COVID-19, of course, the great pandemic, I decided to take on board and build very, very tailored and specialized courses. And I started with the Certified Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Professional course, as you already know. Then moved on to the Certified Professional Python course, because I believed people need to learn Python in a different way and by example. And that's every single topic covered step by step, hands-on, all scripts, all exercises, pretty much a 5-day course where I can take you from beginner to the end when it comes to Python programming. Then at the end of last year, I completed the long-awaited Generative Python Text Prompting course, because everyone has started to see how artificial intelligence has started to take over the industries. And I decided, okay, well, how would we harness artificial intelligence together with programming languages? So I took Python itself and leveraging Python together with, say, GPT, the engine, the transformer engine, and built a course around that. So the Generative Python Text Prompting course, GPTP, was launched the beginning of this year, well, towards the end of last year, and started marketing towards the beginning of this year, and it's done reasonably well. But for a long time, I've been receiving from my students and the other courses that I deliver for other companies, and I've been getting feedback, and I've been asked over and over and over again, hey Dimitri, when are you going to develop a full-blown artificial intelligence course? And I kept on getting feedback over and over, and questions I've had these questions for a long time, for over 3 years, and I've been developing programs and applications and courseware and all that for other companies for artificial intelligence now for 10 years. And I thought to myself, you know what, it's high time. So I spent January right through till literally last week building a artificial intelligence and machine learning course, but in a way that follows the same concepts as what I've done with all my other courses, and keeps consistency in the way we learn it and by example. And I've built the course, and it's now ready. As I mentioned last month, we thought we were going to release the course in October, but I have great news. We're going to be releasing the course today. And today is 12th of September 2023. So we're releasing the course 1 month earlier, because I've spent quite a considerable amount of time putting this together, and I took a little bit of time off social media because I needed to get this done, and I'm so glad I did. Sometimes you got to walk away from social media so that you can actually get things done. And I'm very proud of it, and let me show you what we've done. So I'm going to just swap over into the screen so I can show you what's happening. And hopefully you can see. This is the website that we host everything on. So this is currently https://obi.academy if you're interested. These are now the 4 major flagship courses that I have already developed for everybody. As you can see, the CBCP on the right-hand side, the Certified Python Professional on the other side, GPTP, which is the one I recently did, and then finally the one that we are now going to talk about today, which is the Certified Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Professional. So let's take a look at it. So this is the Certified Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Professional course. Now, it is the 4th major flagship. We wanted to do something unique, and I have worked very closely with some of my colleagues, and strangely enough, a lot of people don't realize this, but I do work with my previous students as well. And we came up with the ultimate way of learning artificial intelligence and machine learning without the fuss and obviously by example. So this is what's involved in the course. So essentially, you're going to get a course that's going to take you from beginning to the end. It is designed for anyone. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a professional in the industry. It does involve a little bit of programming, so if you're not familiar with Python, you're going to be getting into it. And it's not absolutely necessary because of the way I've structured the modules. I've given you a bit of a brief with regards to what each module is doing here, so you can take a quick read if you're interested. Remember, it's https://obi.academy. But let me take you down to the actual curriculum so you can see what this is all about. Alright, so essentially, I'll be delivering this course obviously as self-study, online, self-paced. That's the outset. It's sitting on my learn management system, just like my other courses. In addition, I have earmarked and chosen 2 approved training centers around the world globally, one in the Netherlands and one in the United States, to be able to deliver this course in class, on site, and as myself being the instructor, so as an instructor-led course. The online self-study that I'm launching now is still with me. It's just with audio-visual and with all the different labs, just like you would do in the on-site, in classroom type of training. The only difference is you won't have me there. Now, it's over 60 hours of audio visual. It's approximately 5 days. Sometimes it can stretch to 6 days depending on what types of people we have in the class. So it's a relatively long course. It's available in obviously print and digital. Now, these are the modules. So with module 1, I'm going to take you into the introduction of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And what are the differences? So what is artificial intelligence? Understanding machine learning and its applications and the role of AI and machine learning in today's business landscape, the key terminologies, the concepts, in AI and machine learning, the overview of the tools and the frameworks, the ethical considerations. We've got to consider that in the industry today, ethics and biases and so on, real world examples, challenges, and the trends and the future direction of AI. In the second module, we're going to get a lot more complicated, a lot more deeper into these concepts. We're going to talk about the importance of data quality in AI and machine learning, data collection and storage, data cleaning and then transforming techniques. This is where we start dabbling with things like GPT. Feature extraction and selection, exploratory data analysis, EDA techniques, visualization and data representation, dealing with missing data and outliers, meaning things like anomalies, handling sort of imbalanced data, and then of course the best practices for EDA, for data processing, okay? Or pre-processing, I should say. In module 3, we go even more complicated, even more deeper, and of course, don't be worried, don't be scared. I've taken this course and I've built it in such a way that anyone can learn it. With module 3, we're going to talk about types of algorithms, in this case, supervised learning algorithms, how machine learning works. Introduction to that, the linear regression methods and the logistic regression methods, decision trees and random forests, support vector machines, SVMs, the naive Bayes classifier, which is a wonderful algorithm used in machine learning, the k-nearest neighbors, neural networking and deep learning, model evaluation metrics, and hyperparameter tuning and model selection so that we can deal with getting the necessary results out of the machine learning. Then we can go into module 4, which is then again advanced, which will be unsupervised learning algorithms. We're going to do the introduction to those, and we'll talk about clustering techniques, and which are things like k-means and hierarchical and dbScan. We'll look at dimensionality and reduction, which essentially will be things like principal component analysis, association rule mining, anomaly detection, recommender systems, self-organizing maps, the evaluation metrics of unsupervised sort of learning, and the applications and use cases. And there are a lot of use cases in this course, a lot of them, so you can really get to grips with understanding where each one of these topics fits. In module 5, we're going to go into the linchpin, the really very important turning point for all pretty much artificial intelligence out there, and it's what makes AI work really well today, and that is the natural language processing, because that's what gives us as humans the alignment that we need so that we can understand this stuff and understand how the AI is sort of returning responses. So we're going to look at the introduction and the applications, the text pre-processing and tokenization, text representation with situations like bag of words and TF-IDF, sentiment analysis, name entity recognition, text classification, topic modeling, like using the latest, what we call the latest methodology, but in this case is actually called latent dirichlet allocation, and LDA, and then neural networks for NLP, like word embeddings and recurrent neural networks. And then the real sort of recent advances in NLP, which are the transformer models that you're familiar with. You know, your ChatGPT and your GPT models. We're going to look at BERT, Llama, GPT, okay? In module 6, we're going to go even more complex, and we're going to take a look at reinforcement learning and deep reinforcement learning, which is where we start optimizing when we make artificial intelligence give us seriously deep and interesting results. And we're going to look at the introduction. We're going to go quite closely over the Markov decision process. We're going to look at Q learning and temporal difference learning, deep Q learning, policy gradient methods, actor-critic methods, deep reinforcement learning algorithms like DTPG and A3C, which are phenomenal for teaching machine learning models, and applications for reinforcement learning, and of course the challenges and the future directions of reinforcement learning. Then we're going to look at, well, there's no point learning all this artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms if we don't have the abilities to deploy and put them into production. Excuse me. So we're going to look at model deployment from the training of the models all the way into production. We're going to look at cloud computing to understand how machine learning is used in situations such as Amazon AWS, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure Cloud, Google Cloud Platform. Then we're going to look at, well, we've got to store data, right? We've got to store huge amounts of data when it comes to machine learning and artificial intelligence. So we need to talk about containerization. So we're going to look at Docker. We're going to look at S3 from Amazon, simple storage service. We're going to look at Kubernetes, which are very smart storage containers, right? Then we'll look at model serving with Flask and REST APIs, and how we can communicate with the AI models and the APIs over the internet, right? Scalability and performance considerations, how we scale things and how we deal with the performance, and what kind of things we need to consider when it comes to that. The monitoring and the maintenance, so that we can start learning from the results and understanding how we can tweak the machine learning algorithms. Then model versioning and continuous integration and deployment. Well, you know, you'll be working with multiple people in teams if you're in the development side, and you want to be able to do versioning so you can figure out where the improvements need to take place. And, you know, you're going to keep different versions of code, for example. Then security and privacy in machine learning systems, absolutely paramount in today's world. Not just the security of data collection and the security of the deployment, but in general, across the board, all the machine learning systems. and then some of the case studies around the model deployment. In Module 8, we step back a little bit from the complexity and we start talking about, well, machine learning, which is quite complex, and the overall arching factor of artificial intelligence is great, yes, but it needs to be understandable by humans. It needs to be interpreted easier. We need to have transparency. We need to understand what's going on. So we need to bring in machine learning into to a stage where it's easy to understand, it's easy to work with. We understand the results, we know how things are working, and we can explain things. So it's important for us for transparency, for ensuring there's no bias in the data. The data that we're putting into the machine model has the right efficacy. In other words, it's correct, it's working right, and of course the results are correct for us. And it's not biased in any way. It's not dealing with excluding people. It needs to include everyone. It has diversity, all that kind of stuff. So, importance of model explainability and techniques in interpreting what we call black box models, and feature importance and feature selection. How do we deal with it? And then local and global methods, interpretability methods, and looking at the explainability frameworks that exist today, like SHAP and LIME, and then fairness and bias, and how do we deal with that inside artificial intelligence? And then, of course, regulatory and ethical considerations for model explainability, and then the trade-offs. The trade-offs between model performance and the explainability, and things like applications and best practices. In Module 9, I take that even further. We've got to start as organizations and as professionals and as countries putting the right laws and ethics in place to deal with artificial intelligence and machine learning, because we're not doing that. The world's moving too fast, and we're going to lose control of artificial intelligence. And we need to be ready for huge impacts in the industries around the world. So we need to avoid those things and deal with them if we have to. So we have to understand ethics and responsible AI, the considerations of how we do data collection and how do we use that data. How does that impact us when we have to deal with bias and fairness, whether it's before the data is collected or while it's been collected or while it's been used and while it's been processed, while those AI algorithms are working with that data. Then privacy and security, again, legal and regulatory landscape information. We need to understand where we fit within the legal frameworks. Responsible AI governance and frameworks, and how we can build teams and committees and boards to deal with artificial intelligence, which is something that, seriously, a lot of countries are not following, and it's rather distressful, actually, because I'm a professional in my field. I'm a cybersecurity professional. I know this stuff. I know where the pitfalls are, but 90% of the people wouldn't know. So we need to shed a light into this, and everyone needs to have access to AI and the general machine learning. And to do that, we want to avoid that, because we want to make sure nobody loses any jobs, nobody has any problems legally. So we want to make sure that everyone's on the same foothold. Then AI ethics and committees and review boards, and then the transparency and accountability of AI, and then the future directions and challenges in ethics and governance. And then finally, with Module 10, we take this into a different mode again, this course, and I reiterate and I bring back how AI is influencing today's businesses and transforming them, and in terms of what's coming up in the future. So we're going to look at adoption strategies in businesses and how we can adopt AI correctly. AI in customer relationship management, in sales and marketing, in supply chain and operations, in finance, in risk management, in healthcare, medicine, of course, in manufacturing and industrial control systems, in human resources and talent management, in cybersecurity. And then, of course, what are the emerging trends and all the future AI sort of projects in business today? So it's a quite intensive course. And like I said, I'm very proud of this. It's taken me 10 years of knowledge, 36 years of cybersecurity and IT knowledge and background. And on top of that, my skills in terms of working with um, programming languages on artificial intelligence applications, which I've been developing for the last 10 years for companies. And it's all culminated together to help me build a course that pretty much anyone can follow. And what I've done is not only built this course, but for my students, I've also supplied supplementary information additional to all these modules. So basically, every single module that we're going through has got, well, basically in total, we've got about 60 pages in addition of extra material for all these topics, taking them into much more in-depth information if you really want to go down to that level. So I've gone right down and broken down huge amounts of information and put them into extra supplementary information for you, plus scripts, actual tools that you can use to just, not just learn the contents, but also demonstrate, explain to yourself how this stuff works, see it happening in front of you. And on top of that, if you think that's not enough, which is, believe me, it's a lot, you've also been given in this course, if you attend this course, I have a lab for every single module. So there's a total of 10 full blown labs. Each module has its lab, and the lab exercise takes you through the different things we've discussed in the topic, and it takes you through Python 3 programming scripts on how to do certain things in that particular module. So you're not only going to learn the content, but you're going to know how to do the stuff. My point in putting courses together is to get you and your skills to the point where you can hit the road running. And my labs are going to be quite interesting. They're intensive, yes, but I follow you step by step through the labs. You can't really go wrong. All the code is there. I've tested everything. I've spent 7 months putting this course together, yes, but I've spent 2 of those months solidly working on every single lab, making sure that the labs work and work every time. So it's been a major labor of love, and I'm utterly proud of it. So if you're going to be interested in machine learning and artificial intelligence, and you want to shift your career, because let's face it, we are moving towards unknown territory, and machine learning, which is what's underneath artificial intelligence and essentially AI itself, is going to displace people in jobs and countries and companies specifically. So we've got to be very cautious in terms of how we move forward. And if you don't build your skills and at least familiarize yourself with artificial intelligence, you're going to be left behind. So, to avoid that, I have sacrificed the last 7 months of my life in daily updates and fixing this course and putting it together for you. Just because this is the way I would have loved to have learned artificial intelligence and, in general, machine learning algorithms. And it isn't an easy topic for most people. It's quite a, when people hear artificial intelligence and machine learning, there's an immediate block for the majority of people because it is complex. I mean, let's face it, these are complicated things, but it doesn't have to be. And that's what I've done. I've taken the veil off and I've exposed the artificial intelligence and machine learning world to you with this course. So if you're interested, let me know. The contact details are available on obi.academy. So https://obi.academy. And the details will be in the description in the video at the bottom in YouTube. And I hope that when you do go through this course, you give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If you think we need to add an update and make it better, let me know. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for anyone who's interested in doing these things. And all I can say is welcome to the world of artificial intelligence and machine learning. And I look forward to seeing you on my courses. Now, when we do launch, which is today, there will be a short period where I'm going to have a special offer for this course. So for the first 7 days, the course will be at 50% discount. And I will put a discount code inside the description in the video so that you're more than welcome to grab the discount code and use it for your 50% discount. And it's only going to last for 7 days. So get there as quickly as you can to get your course, because once the discount offer is gone, it'll go back to the standard pricing that I have on my website. So it's for those people who really want to capitalize on the course, and don't have such a major budget upfront towards September, October. So again, the special offer will be available for 7 days only, and I will put the details of the discount codes inside the YouTube video description at the bottom where you can see there. So thank you for your time. I know it's been a long video and I don't want to take up too much of your time, and thank you for coming back to my channel. I want to thank everybody who's supporting me in this channel, because this is why I do YouTube videos. I don't I do these videos because I want to be able to just give back and build this channel, because I'm, the kind of person that loves teaching and loves instructing and loves giving information out. So please don't take this as a sales and marketing thing. I mean, at the end of the day, I love what I do. And if anyone else is interested in this kind of information and interested in these courses, this is why I build these courses. So to help me with this channel, if you have a little bit of time, it doesn't take you much time. If you just click that little subscribe and also turn on the notifications, it really helps the algorithm in YouTube with my channel, helps me become more prominent with the results. And the more likes and subscribers and watch hours that I get, the more I can get closer to get monetary funded, because I'm not funded at the moment. And at least I can then start using whatever funds I get from YouTube, for example, into pumping into more courses and building more wonderful things for students, because that's the aim of this YouTube channel. It's not just for courses like this, it's for my children's literature books that I've been writing for the last 3-4 years. It's for my novels that I write. It's for courses like this, and it's going to be for online streaming that I'm going to be pushing forward very soon. So really, it's all about building a channel of like-minded and people that are interested, like-minded people, and people that are interested in what I have available to offer. So I look forward to seeing you in the course. Thank you for joining my channel once again, and have a wonderful day.